All right. Um, Shalom, everybody. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double praises to the brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. Um, about Wednesday or Thursday night, I heard that Kevin Samuels. Okay, if you guys don't know who he is, I'm gonna go ahead and um share my screen and go to my Chrome tab. So Kevin Samuels, YouTuber with 1.4 million subscribers, has died, his mother says. Samuel's views on dating and relationships, which many people on social media felt were an attack on black women, often sparked outrage. Kevin Samuels, a YouTuber who became known for his controversial relationship advice, has died. His mother confirmed to NBC News. Rumors of his death first circulated on social media Thursday night. His mother, Beverly Samuels Burke, declined to release details about what happened. She said she learned of her son's death from social media. That was a terrible thing for social media to put that out. I didn't even know I hadn't even been notified, she said in a phone call on Friday. All I'm doing is requesting that people pray for us. The Atlanta Police Department said officers were called to an apartment on East Paces Ferry Road, Northeast, on Thursday morning regarding a person injured. By the time police arrived, first responders were performing CPR on an unresponsive man later identified as Samuels. A woman in the apartment told officers that Samuels had complained about chest pain and that she attempted to help him, but he failed. The police report states the woman called 911. Samuels was taken to Piedmont Hospital. Police said the Fulton County Medical Examiner Office said in a press release that it performed an autopsy and caused and a cause and manner of death are pending. The office listed Samuel as age 53. Samuels, who described himself as an image consultant, shared YouTube video to his more than 1.4 subscribers discussing topics that included dating, relationship, his views, which many people on social media felt were an attack on black women, often sparked outrage. Last month, he was slammed over a video where he labeled women who are over 35 and unmarried as leftovers. If you have made it to 35 and you are unmarried, you are a leftover woman, he said in the video. You are what is left. Men know that there is something likely wrong with you. He also stirred up controversy over videos where he rated women's appearances based on their looks and dress size. Many said his advice was toxic and misogynistic. Following news of his death, many social users were quick to point out his continuous views. Kevin Samuels has made a career of shamelessly disgracing black women for profit. He emboldened the most toxic individuals to project tired and harmful narratives about black women. Journalist Ernest Owens wrote, "Dead or alive, what a disgraceful life to live." That's all I've got for that misogynist. When did Kevin Samuels die from? Being 56, unmarried. Musician Gene Deeks Dukes tweeted, some, including YouTuber Adam22, defended Samuels. Kevin Samuels was a good dude who gave a lot of people solid advice. He got hammered for having a backbone and an opinion. He didn't back down to the mob. Rest in peace. So that's basically who Kevin sums up who Kevin was basically. Um, a man who basically gave his opinions on YouTube and relationship to advice with to men and women, not just women. And he grew to fame basically on his, especially when TikTok came about. He grew to fame basically on the shaming of women. Was I a personal fan of him? Yeah, yeah, I liked Kevin. Kevin was Kevin was pretty funny, and one thing that I don't like how people point out is that people want to point out that this man was basically misogynistic just because he had a certain opinion about uh, the dating aspects and the marriage aspects. He had a lot of opinion. They want to make him misogynistic, but I challenge those people to go back and watch his videos because his videos basically black women they grew a harsh opinion about Kevin when he basically they're trying to say he hammered black women, but I've seen him say some crazy stuff to black men. So yeah, was he entertaining? Yeah. Did he say some rude things? Yeah. But that does not dismiss whatever he said from being facts. So also, of course, you read on social media online that Kevin Samuels brothers and sisters, black community, black women in particular, are being accused of saying very evil things about him after his passing. Now, did some black women say that on YouTube? Yes. Did I read the comments? Yes. Well, did they come from certain black women? Yes. But that does not sum up how black women as a whole feel about his passing. Because there's plenty of women who are heartbroken that Kevin is no longer with us. So, um, for people to say black women are happy that he's dead and just summing it all up in a category and trying to categorize black women is wrong. Okay, that's wrong. Not all black women are happy that a black man has died. So um let's not go that far to say that. But to the black women who are, I got some scriptures for y'all, and I'm gonna start with Ecclesiasticus chapter 8, verse 7. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 7. Rejoice not over thy greatest enemy being dead, but remember that we die all. So we remember that we all die, basically. We all die. We have no business rejoicing over our enemy because we are all going to die. Ecclesiastes chapter 38, verse 22. Remember my judgment, for thine also shall be so. So yesterday for me, and today for thee. So we're supposed to remember the Lord's judgment because the judgment for people, the same God that judged Kevin Samuels is going to be the same God that judges us. So we can't be sitting up here quick to point out a man's flaws when he died, especially if he didn't do any sins worthy of death. You shouldn't be sitting up pointing out a man's flaws, rejoicing that the man died. I mean, that's just craziness, it's wickedness, and you just not need to not do that. Okay, that's not righteous at all. It's not righteous. So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys, and then I'm gonna start off with Job 31, verse 29. Job chapter 31, verse 29. If I rejoice at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up my voice, my, you know what? Let me actually go to I'm gonna just go to Blue Letter Bible. Been off here for so long that sorry about that, y'all. See, all right. Job 31, verse 29. Here it is. Job chapter 31, verse 29. If I rejoice at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up myself when evil found him. So, oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start over. Job 31, verse 29. If I rejoiced at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up myself when evil found him, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin by wishing a curse to his soul. So this is Job basically saying, I've never opened my mouth up like that towards somebody. I've never spoken like that towards somebody. I've never tried to curse somebody's soul by being glad or wish that they were dead. Okay, that's just not cool. That's not cool. And whoever thinks that that's righteous, you really need to check yourself, and you really need to check if the spirit of God is with you, because that stuff is just plain old evil. Okay, I didn't. I did not. I was a big Kevin Samuels fan, and even I did not agree with a lot of stuff that he said. I still thought he was pretty entertaining, but I did not agree with a lot of stuff he said. But I don't think somebody that's not a sin worthy of death. The things that he said. Okay, you can't sit up here and wish death on somebody just because you disagree with someone. Okay, you can't do that. This is Proverbs 24, verse 16 through 18. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. So don't rejoice when your enemy falls. What did Christ say? We are to love our enemies, be kind to our enemies. And we're sitting up rejoicing that this man is no longer here. That's not cool. Okay, that's not cool. You don't get props off of that. All right, you guys need to be more worried about you guys' own salvation than worried about a man who was nothing more than an internet meme that has passed away and rejoicing about it. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 5. Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamity shall not be unpunished. You guys are not going to go unpunished. All you women online mocking this man and his death, you guys are not going to go unpunished. I promise you that one. It may not you may not get your judgment today, may not get your judgment tomorrow, but you guys are not going to be going punished because that's just wicked as hell. So um now we got to also look at the big picture here. Why are women so happy that Kevin Samuels is dead? Well, women are happy not because of just of his rude not because of his rude ways of telling people the truth. They're happy because this is a society to where women in general are not held accountable for the stuff that they do. And Kevin Samuels held them accountable all the way down to the T. And that's one of the things that women didn't really like. He was bringing out the truth about how these women are. And women didn't like it. But let's start off with Deuteronomy 28, verse 56. This is Deuteronomy 28, Verse 56, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her feet upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out between her feet. What is that? Her baby. That's why women are running around here getting abortions. Some women celebrate getting abortions. I mean, they like, oh man, I had three of them, girl. Good, good. No, no, man, that's wicked. That's cruel as hell, and you will be judged for that. But it's saying that this is a curse on our women, on our Black, Hispanics, and Native American women. And it said, let me read this verse again, all the way from the top. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her feet upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, which is her baby, and toward her children, which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege of straightness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. She shall eat them in want of all things. We look up this word eat, it means to consume. She's going to consume those kids over a job, over a career, over a man. I was actually watching Kevin Samuels the other day, and she said, "Oh, well, I'm more than happy kicking my child out of my house so I could find a man and get with him, and I'm more than happy sending her with her dad, and she could never be heard of again. She would eat her children in want of all things. If that's what our women are going to do, they're going to do that. This is the curses of this is how deep the curses is. They will kill a baby if it means them not having to drop out of college. They will kill a baby if it means them trying to keep their man. So it's very important to really go back to the origins of this crap. Where our women are getting this from? Why are they acting this way? It's the curses. We didn't want to keep God's laws. He cursed our women. Our women think like this. Our women think like this. And a lot of the stuff in the community, oh well, these men are shooting and killing each other. What about the women? What about the women? There's only 40,000 gun deaths a year averagely in the United States. There's over 4 million abortions. So who's the real killer out here? Who's the real killer out here? Is it men or is it women? The most dangerous place for a black man is in a black woman's womb. That's the most dangerous place. And you guys need to understand this, and we need to get out of this mindset of having hatred for each other. Yes, it is a curse, but we need to overcome that with I got a few scriptures right here that I'm gonna read later on how we could overcome this curse and how we could get right. So, this is Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward his wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. That's another part of the curse. A man leaving behind his children. A man just calling it quits. A man just, well, we might as well just say it, nutting in women and just moving on like a dog. It's like we're watching a whole show. It's like we're living the life of animals now. A man just nuts in a woman, has kids by a woman, and he fucking leaves. That's how it is now. That's how it is. So we wild ass animals now. We don't have morals. We don't have laws. That's how we acting as a society. There's nothing cute about this. This is Galatians 5:19. Invalid search criteria. Uh-oh. Here it is, Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness, uh, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, hearsays. Why the Bible say hearsays? Because hearsays basically count as rumors. If you guys don't know something about facts, keep your mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut. Hearsays, rumors, gossip, all that stuff. All that stuff. We shouldn't be treating each other like that. Okay? We should not be treating each other like that. Envyings, murders, drunk, drunken, drunkenness, revilings, such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. You sitting up doing all this crazy stuff right here, all this stuff, hearsays, strife, causing strife, all this crazy stuff. Yeah, go to Isaiah 30. Let's read verse 9. This is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. These women don't want to hear the law of the Lord. These women do not want to hear the law of the Lord. They want to do what they want to do. And the reason why you guys, especially men, you guys feel like these women are not accountable is because the law of the land does not hold them accountable. If this was ancient times, our women would act a hell of a lot better. But we're not under the ancient laws no more. We don't have elders to really enforce. We don't have no enforcement of the law. Yes, we still have the law. Yes, the law is still here. Yes, we must follow the laws of the Bible. But there is no law enforcement for that. Do you know how the European man makes us follow his laws? He has law enforcement. He has jail. He has prison. Us, black men, native men, Hispanic men, we do not have any type of enforcement to force them to keep the laws of God. That's why our women are running rampant. So, Proverbs 28 and 9. Proverbs 28:9. He that turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So if these women don't want to listen to you, they want to walk right past you, they want to do this, even their prayers are going to be an abomination. Okay? That's their consequence for not listening to the prophets and not listening to us and not listening to, most importantly, the Lord. Because they are out there doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. We are out here doing stuff we shouldn't be doing, and everything is just off balance right now. Everything's just off balance. People don't know what is right and what is wrong right now. It's a crazy, crazy world to live in right now. Let's get Proverbs 11. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Let's see. Hello. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm doing a video right now. I'll call you back when it's over. All right. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a brother call me. Um, Proverbs 11 and 22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. So these women have no discretion at all. And the reason why the Bible, the scriptures is comparing a fair woman, which is a beautiful woman, as a jewel of gold in a wine snout is because that one, imagine a woman, a very beautiful woman. Imagine her all filthy and dirty on the inside, filthy and dirty on the outside. That's how it's comparing all the sin and wickedness that's on her. It's comparing her as a jewel of gold, which is very beautiful, in a wine snout, meaning in a dirty place, dirty surroundings, dirty mind, all that. So you guys got to take that into consideration of the environment our women are in, because this environment is not controlled by us. So let's get Ecclesiastes, Sirach 25 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So we shouldn't even be desiring women like that. We should really be looking at a woman. We should be really looking at a woman inside and out before we decide we want to be with her. We should not be just looking at a woman, just taking any type of woman. That's how you sit up here and get trapped up into some BS. Have some standards. Have some standards. You didn't learn anything from Kevin Samuels? Have some standards. All right. We also have to understand that the women of this world, most of them follow false prophets. Mostly all of them follow false prophets. It's 2 Timothy 3, verse 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Most of these women ain't never gonna come to the knowledge of this truth. They're silly women. They're laden with sins. They will follow hell. They'll follow a monkey. They'll follow a monkey off the bridge. That's who these women will follow. They'll follow any damn body. They're not gonna follow the men of the Lord. And I'm talking about these worldly women. I'm not talking about you sisters out here, being obedient to your husbands and coming up out of the world. I'm not talking about you. But these you guys got to understand that the women of this world, they are going to follow false prophets and evil men and stuff like that. You know, let's get Second Chronicles 18, and this is a story that I noted. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, there is yet one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, but I hate him, for he never prophesies good unto me, but always evil. The same is Micaiah, the son of Ilma, Imlah, and Jehoshaphat said, "Let not the king say so." So you guys got to know that people, especially if you're not prophesizing good things, people are not going to like it. Why? Because they evil as hell. Because prophecy is prophecy. If it's prophesied to happen, meaning predicted out of the Lord's mouth, and that is said what is to be in the future, you can't argue with that. But people want to argue with that. Okay, they don't want to. As I read in Isaiah 30, they see to the seers, see not, and say to the prophets, prophesy not. They don't want you prophesizing anything bad, because not all prophecy is good prophecy. Not all prophecy is rainbows. There are a bunch of scriptures that talk about destruction of this place, America, Babylon. There are a lot of scriptures that talk about war, that not and war to come. Not everything that comes out of this Bible is good, but people, they want to seem like, I hate to use this as an example. I don't mean to sound kind of goofy or lame, but as you seen that movie Men in Black. Well, the guy got mad because Will Smith used this gun in public, and he said if the whole world knew that there were a bunch of arch aliens trying to destroy the universe and destroy the earth, they will go crazy. And the only way they go along with their happy lives is if they do not know about it. I could compare this to the Bible. Okay, the only way people are going to go their happy lives. Okay, if we when we preach that the Lord is coming back to destroy this place, people hate us. They go crazy on us. And the only way that they're gonna go along with their happy lives is if we do not preach about it. But we're not gonna stop preaching about this because this is what is to come. So know that, you guys, that's something that to take into consideration, that they don't want to hear that. They want to hear sunshine and rainbows. Okay? So where am I at? Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles. Have written all this stuff down. Let's see. I don't even have my glasses. Oh, here it is. Okay, food. And let's back to the women. And this is some wisdom to y'all. Proverbs 29, and all the people just saying anything, any and everything. People think they could say anything and everything and not have consequences. Well, I got some news for y'all. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. So you guys got to know, a fool uttereth his whole mind. Okay, not everything that pops up in your head, you women, not everything that pops up in y'all's little heads has to be uttered out of your mouth. But no, you guys don't have filters. You guys gonna say what you want to say. Can't nobody do nothing about it. Can't nobody do nothing about it. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 7. A time a time to rend, a time to sue, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, a time to hate, a time to war, and a time of peace. There's basically a time and a place for everything. This is in Ecclesiastes, the third chapter. Not That's not the perfect time when somebody's died. That's not the perfect time. Well, oh, this person. I mean, this is just. And if you had a loved person that passed away and somebody said that about them, y'all would have been able to take y'all's wigs off and start fighting at the funeral or fighting at the hospital, wherever y'all at. Shoot, y'all got no business saying stuff like that. And we also have to learn that why is there mostly an argument when we bring out these scriptures from these women? This is Proverbs 13:10. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. You ever think of how most arguments start, especially with females, is because they have a lot of pride. Okay, they have a lot of pride. Us men, we have pride. A lot of men, we have pride, and a lot of times where arguments happen is because the other person is too prideful to just be quiet and listen. A lot of us are too prideful. We think we're too good to just listen, which is actually sad because you shouldn't be acting that way towards each other, especially if somebody's trying to bring you some truth about yourself according to the scriptures. So we shouldn't be acting like that, especially if somebody is bringing some truth to us about scriptures. We shouldn't be prideful. We shouldn't be basically acting that way. So when you guys are online and you guys are just saying some crazy stuff, I'm gonna bring some scriptures to you guys as light, and I want you guys to keep them, especially brothers. You guys are included. Matthew 12:34. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So if you guys are speaking evil, that the Most High is telling you that is coming from your heart. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. If you sitting up here waking up one morning and telling your husband or telling your wife, I wish you died, Christ said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Out of your heart. Matthew 12, verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Every idle word, every careless word that you guys speak, you guys talking about, oh man, I'm glad he's dead. I'm this, I'm that. You guys, every idle word that you women and you men, everyone, even children, every idle word that you speak, you will give an account thereof in the day of judgment. I say what I mean and mean what I say. Matthew 12, verse 37. This is the next verse. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. So all of you think you guys can say whatever you want. Just know, by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. You will have an account for that. So please just be careful what you say. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So evil thoughts. Okay. Remember up here. Oh, let me go back up there because this is very important. This goes into my next lecture about what we say. So Matthew 12, verse 34. O generations of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. So basically, the words that we speak come from our mind. Okay? The things that we do, they come from our mind. So it all starts with evil thoughts. And I got a confession. I have evil thoughts sometimes. Sometimes I have evil thoughts out of nowhere. Sometimes it, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Sometimes I have that. But these are some scriptures to basically help with that and basically rebuke yourself and check yourself when it comes to that. And I'm going to start with Zechariah 8 is 16. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath. For all these things I hate, saith the Lord. We are not supposed to imagine evil against our brother. We're not supposed to be hitting up Twitter and Facebook saying we're glad he's dead. We're not supposed. You get my point. You get my point. We're not supposed to do that. That is not a righteous thing. That's something that God hates. And those are, I'm telling you, you guys sit up doing that, you got something else coming. I'm telling you that right now. And you guys think it's okay and the Lord's going to side with you just because you are emotional and just because you disagree with, well, what you gonna say to God? Well, I didn't like what he said. I didn't like what he preached. I didn't like his platform. That's what you're gonna say to the Lord. Okay, well, that's what you're gonna say to him. I really hope I'm there for his reaction to it. Matthew 15 and 17. Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the drought. But those things which proceedeth out the mouth come from the heart, and they defile the man. You are defiled by your words. You are defiled by your words. It's what proceeds out your mouth that defile a man. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adultery, fornication, theft, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands defileth not a man. All this stuff is what defiles a man. Why? Because before you commit adultery with that woman, before you commit adultery with another man's wife, it first pops in your head. Before you commit fornication, it first pops up in your head. Before you steal, it is in your mind before you steal. Before you bear false witness on your brother, it starts off as a thought. Everything right here, Matthew 19, it starts off as a thought. Blasphemies, it starts off as a thought and it goes bigger and bigger. Then here comes the action of doing it. (15 and 33). Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. So those of you who are surprised that people are disgusted about the evil communications that I've seen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Death of Kevin Samuels, and you guys are speaking evil about it, and people are questioning your character over it. What did 1 Corinthians 15:33? Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. If you're doing evil stuff, people are not going to see you as an angel of light. First Thessalonians. First Thessalonians 5:22. Abstain from all appearances of evil. We are supposed to abstain from all appearances of evil. Do not sit up here and go online um, sharing crazy stories, just passing on the evil, just evil, senseless stuff, man. I mean, in my opinion, you guys should not be doing. In my opinion, you guys should not be doing, and you supposed to abstain from all appearances of evil. What you gonna do when the Lord come back? Oh, it's not what it looks like. Oh, yes, it is. Um, Psalm 66 and 18. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. Why? Because I told you guys, all that evil, adultery, all that starts off as just a thought, but it comes out. And if He regards it, and you say there's nothing wrong with how you feel about your brother in your heart, the evil, the wickedness, the Lord is not going to hear you when you pray to Him. I'm telling you this right now. And whoever thinks that you could do evil and God still hears you, you guys really need to check your spirit. Proverbs 17 and 27. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed as a man of understanding. Just staying quiet. You can be counted as wise by just shh. So I want you guys to really, let's look up songs. Uh, the Songs of Solomon. I guess it didn't pop up, so I'm gonna just hurry up and read it quickly to y'all right here. He that answereth the matter before he heareth, it is folly and shame unto him. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read Songs of Solomon because I want you guys to. Chapter 8, verse 5 and 6. Set me as a seal upon thy heart, as a seal upon thy arm, for love is strong as death. This man just died, and the only thing that can be as strong as death is love. That'd be the only way that we can sort of put an equalizer between that and the situation that people are going to. So it's love. Love is as strong as death. And you guys may not believe it. If you guys don't believe love can be as strong as death, then clearly you guys don't believe in love because love is pretty strong. And it is as strong as death. It says it in Songs of Solomon 8 and 6. It is as strong as death. So what should we do when someone dies? Love is as strong as death. We should gather with much love and respect. And we should do that not only when people die, but when people are here. Church people while they're here. Because promised um we're just not promised. Every day is not promised. 18, 18. He that answer a matter before he hears it is folly and shame unto him. You guys have to understand because especially with women, here's my problem with women. Women have no problem bringing criticism on you when it comes to partial information. Now, when it comes to in any partial information, that's a lot of you women's problem. And I don't care if you guys criticize me for it. Hell, unfriend me. I don't give a damn. But you guys love to criticize people based off of partial information. Partial information. Hell, it could have been a lie. You guys are still entertain a lie. So in Ecclesiasticus 11:17, I believe it says that blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Before you examine the truth of things, we should not be placing blame on each other. So that's something that women really need to work on. They really need to work on. And when it comes to basically the content and stuff like that, and seeking the understanding of life, you guys have to understand. You guys just can't go to anyone. You can't be trying to learn about this truth and want to hear about it from somebody out in the world. Only the elect have the understanding. Okay. And he said unto you, it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to others in parables that seeing they may not see and hearing they may not understand. So you guys have to understand that there's only certain people that's going to understand this life and understand the Bible and understand things. Not everybody is going to get this. And he turned him unto his disciples and said, probably, blessed are the eyes which see the things that I see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Not everybody is going to get this. Let me get Sirach 3, verse 19, read it to you right here because many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. So only the meek, the elect, only they are going to be able to get things. Okay, go to men of understanding to get the Bible and to get the mysteries of the kingdom and life and stuff like that. Only men of understanding are going to get things. And Kevin Samuels was basically an elder, and we should respect him. It's in our law that we should respect our elders. Leviticus 19 and 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man and fear thy God. I am the Lord. We supposed to respect our elders, but it seems like nowadays people don't have respect for pretty much anything, and the knowledge that they're getting is vain knowledge. Everything you guys getting knowledge, everything y'all get knowledge from is from Google or from some crazy unknown source. You guys, y'all's knowledge should be coming from the scriptures. All this knowledge y'all learn it through is vain. This is Job 15 and 2 through 3. Should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? That is unprofitable talk. So if y'all sitting up trying to learn about the Bible, y'all shouldn't. Kevin Samuels ain't the person to go to for that. Y'all sitting up seeking the laws of the Lord and trying to obey the Lord. Kevin Samuels was not the person for that. Like I said, was he entertaining? Yes. Did I like him? Hell yeah, I loved him. I like this content. But y'all should not be seeking knowledge through the world because the wisdom of this world is foolishness. So now let's get Matthew, and I just want to uh, actually let me get Galatians 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the afflictions of lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk by the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, but provoking one another, envying one another. We should not be doing that to each other. And that's how, right up here, that is the fruit of the Spirit. Now, I got a couple of more scriptures and then I'm going to be out. And I just want to let you guys know, because I told you guys, we are in some crazy times, especially the comments and the careless attitude that are by the men and the women that we live our everyday lives with. It's starting to really amaze me on a lot of the things that is going on out here in this world. This is Matthew 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise up against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. We are in a time of very much hatred. I mean, I just never seen blatant, and the really and truly Kevin Samuels, people especially black community celebrating Kevin Samuels' death. That's not what surprised me. What I knew that we were into some crazy times is when there were certain women that were celebrating the death of Kobe Bryant because he was married to a Latina woman. Now I thought that was the most cruel and evil thing, and I'm sitting here like, wow, you're gonna get mad. He deserved to die in a helicopter crash because of that. I mean, this is just disgusting how some of these women act. And then shall many be offended, shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall be abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And let me tell you something: the love of many, so much craziness is going on right now that the love of many has waxed cold. I mean, people don't know what is right and what's wrong no more. Let's jump down here to verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not into winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. It's going to be great tribulation. It's going to be great trouble, you guys. And it's going to be days that are so troubling. Like there's never been. There's going to be sin and craziness like it has never been. Stories that you ain't never heard before. Things happening that you cannot explain. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on in these last days. And I just want you guys to stay safe, stay safe and take your salvation seriously. Okay? For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christ, false prophet, and shall shew great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So I want you guys to look out for this stuff because we are definitely coming upon these things. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high minded, lovers and pleasures more than lovers of God. Lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, meaning these guys are going to love the pleasures of this world more than the Lord, like money, um, money, a whole different variety of this stuff. They love the house. Some people would still take the mark of the beast even because they want to keep their house, their car. They just gonna be lovers and pleasures, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Having a form of godliness but deny the power thereof, from such turn away. So these people they gonna have by the Spirit, they're gonna have a conscience, but they're gonna turn away from that because why? They're going to deny that spirit. They're going to deny all the spirit of good that the Lord has put upon them. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead away captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So you guys got to understand that these times are coming. Okay, these days are here, not coming. These days are here. And it's just going to get crazier and crazier out here. Three. And here it is. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. I told you, you guys, these things are going to get worse and worse. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make these wise unto salvation through the faith which is in Yahweh. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction, and for righteousness. So we should be looking at Kevin Samuels anyway for doctrine, philosophy, and godliness. That the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. The Bible is key. Okay, Lord's willing, this was edifying. You guys, I'm tired. Hit me back up. Shalom.